सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः Vedai Sangapadakramopaniषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः. So after having described the nature of God, now Bhagavan is taking up the section on the devotees of God. So first Bhagavan speaks of those people who don't believe in God. So mankind can be divided into two: believers, non-believers. Again, believers can be divided in many ways. Those divisions will come later. First Bhagavan takes up those people who have no faith in God, no belief in God. So what does Bhagavan say? Avajananti mam mudhaha. Such ignorant people, they avajananti. They ignore me, neglect me, disregard me, disrespect me. Who am I? Manushim tanumashritam. As the very consciousness, I am there in them, always available, 24/7. But they ignore me. Why do they ignore me? Param bhavam ajanantaha. Not knowing my higher nature. Who am I? Mama bhūta maheshwaram. I am the Lord of this entire universe. But they don't know me. Why they don't know? Because they don't attend satsang. Simple. And even if they attend satsang, they don't have faith. Therefore, what kind of lifestyle they live, they follow? Moghasha, moghakarmanah, mogha-jñāna vichetasah, rakshasim asurim chaiva, prakritim mohinim shritaha. A life in vain, in short. Their very understanding about themselves is faulty. Mogha-jñāna. Their understanding about themselves, their understanding about the world, their understanding about the truth, everything is faulty. So what is their understanding about themselves? I am this body. It is their firm conviction. And now based on this fallacious, faulty knowledge, they live their life. So any person who is bodily identified will seek happiness from the world, because he doesn't know that I am Satchit Ananda. He doesn't know that the bliss or the happiness which he is seeking is his own nature. So naturally he will seek it from the outer world. So from where will he seek? He will seek from the sense objects, things and beings of the world. Now, if you want sense objects, what should you have? You should have money. So therefore, his life will not be God-oriented life. His life will be money-oriented life. He will give only priority in life to only money, because through money you can get all the pleasures of the world. Name, fame, power, possession, everything comes from money. So therefore, he lives a life totally dedicated to, committed to earning wealth. He will have no time for satsang. He will have no time for puja. He will have no time for meditation, for japa, etc. Why? Because he doesn't value it. Why he doesn't value it? Because according to him, what is the use of doing all this? Ultimately, it is the money which is going to give me happiness. If I sit in satsang, it is a waste of time. Because for him, time is money. Isn't it? When you become totally incapable in the old age, then go for satsang, etc. And that too as a time pass. This is their understanding about their life. See, in life we must understand what philosophy we carry, accordingly will be our desires and accordingly will be our actions. So here, Jnana, Asha and Karma has been related. What is your understanding about life? Accordingly will be your desires in life. And according to your desires will be your actions. So you will have lot of time for that which you value. This is a law of the universe. Many times people say, I don't have time for satsang. Why don't you have time for satsang? Because you don't value satsang. Simple. That which you value, you will find time. This is a simple philosophy. That which you value, you will find time. So now, this person has no time because he doesn't value this knowledge. So now he lives a life all in vain. Bhagavan repeats this term, mogha, 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 moghāsha, mogha karma, mogha jñāna. Mogha means entire life is wasted in chasing the illusory pleasures of the world. This is the case with majority of us. But there are very rare few. Who are they? MAHΑTMާS tubam partha daivīm prakritimāśritaah bhajantyananya manasah jñātva bhūtādim avyayam. Now what is the first thing they have done? Jñātva, having known. There it is mogha jñāna, here it is right jñāna. Jñātva bhūtādim avyayam. First thing he does is, he gains the knowledge about life, about oneself. He comes to know that yes, there is a purpose in life, and that purpose is to know myself, my divine nature. I am not this body. I am infinite, eternal, all-pervading, Satchit Ananda Swarupa I am, which is avyayam, imperishable. I am not a perishable little being. I am imperishable being. And that consciousness is actually me. So jñātva, having known. See, first he sets his knowledge right. And then what does he do? Naturally he will have desire for that knowledge. And therefore he prepares for the knowledge. How does he prepare? Daivīm prakritim ashritaha. In order to gain this knowledge, your mind should be pure. You must attain Daivi Sampat, divine virtues. So therefore he cultivates divine virtues. See, the desires lead him to acquire these values in life. And thus he blesses himself, he blesses everyone around him. So this becomes asha. And then what will be the karma then? See that, jnana, knowledge, desire, action. Here what is knowledge? Bhūtādim avyayam. This is the knowledge. And what is the desire? Daivīm prakritim ashritaah. This is the asha. And what kind of karma he does? Bhajanti ananya manasah. Single pointed worship. How did he gain the single pointedness? He gained the single pointedness by Shravana and Manana, listening to the scriptures, constantly exposing himself to the knowledge of the scriptures. And thus, after having inspired, after clearing all the doubts of his mind, he becomes Ananya Manasa. The mind which has no other preoccupation in life, which has no other priorities in life. So naturally, when you single-pointedly pursue something, you have to gain it. It is a law of the universe. Whatever you seek from the depth of your heart, it must pass. And such a person naturally becomes a Mahatma. The one who has known that his Atma is Mahan is called a Mahatma. The other person is a Duratma. So Duratma versus Mahatma description is given. So yesterday we had seen how this person becomes a Mahatma, what are stages he undergoes. So that is the next verse. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridhavrataha namasyantascha mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. The first step is Satata Kirtanam. Satatam Kirtayantaha. Ever glorifying that state, ever adoring that state, revering that state, keeping that as the highest goal of life. This is called Satata Kirtanam. Yesterday we had seen. It is not just singing bhajan, etc. No doubt that is good, but you must have a goal in life. This is the real Kirtanam, real glorification. So naturally, when you really seek that goal, you adore that goal, you strive for it. That is the next term, yatantaha, striving. So naturally, many times this person falls because till then he had been living a sensuous life, a worldly life, a materialistic life. So quickly you cannot come into that spiritual way. There is a struggle. So on one side, the mind will try to pull you back into the materialistic world. On the other side, the enlightened intellect will try to lift you towards the spiritual path. So this struggle is there. This struggle is called yatantaha. Everyone has to go through this stage, and it is a painful stage, no doubt. But slowly, slowly, as they say, wherever there is gain, there has to be a pain, isn't it? So through this pain, what happens? You gain something. Slowly, slowly, what happens? You win over your mind. You win over your materialistic, sensual mind. But in this, a very, very important factor is surrender unto God. Because as you struggle with your mind, you come to know a great truth that you can never win over your mind. Mind is always powerful. So that is symbolically represented in the story of Ramayana. The fight between Vali and Sugriva. Can Sugriva ever conquer Vali? Not possible. Because Vali had gained this boon. What is the boon? Whoever comes as an opponent to him, his 50% strength comes to him. So therefore, no one can stand before Vali. So Sugriva, this person, gets defeated many times. It is a story of every seeker. In the beginning, the seeker with full confidence, thinking that I will conquer. With that attitude, with a little bit of arrogance also, he tries to win over the mind. But then when he fails continuously, again and again, when he is beaten up badly, then comes slowly the attitude of surrender. He says, Bhagavan, I am not able to do it, you only have to do it. So the next term comes. What is the next term? Namasyantascha mam bhaktya. With great devotion, surrendering unto me. And then what he finds? He finds that whenever I surrender unto Lord, a strength comes. A divine strength comes by which I am able to conquer my mind. Time and again he experiences this. Whenever I surrender, I am strong. And whenever I am strong, I am able to handle my mind very easily. The mind becomes flexible. The mind becomes obedient, disciplined, peaceful, cheerful whenever I surrender unto God. So then he learns this technique of dealing with the mind. He learns the knack of conquering the mind. This is called Namasyantascha Mam Bhaktya. Through surrender, he learns to conquer the mind. And then what he becomes? Dridhavrataha. He becomes firm in his vow. Whatever decision he takes, he is able to abide by those decisions. He is no more tempted by the worldly pleasures. Even when he sees the worldly pleasure, he is not seeing pleasure there, he is seeing pain there. He becomes very sensitive. His thinking becomes deeper. His relationship with God becomes stronger. So he doesn't want to displease God by indulging in pleasures. He knows that if I indulge, my most beloved Lord will be displeased, will not be happy with me. How am I going to face him in the seat of meditation? So this fear keeps him away from all kinds of pleasures. The pain of separation from God is much, much more than joy of indulgence. And therefore, he is very clearly able to give up all pleasures of the world. And naturally, such a person who has made God his own, such a person becomes Nitya Yukta, ever steadfast, ever united with the higher truth. Now the next topic is how this person is going to live his life. So we have chanted this. What does the verse say? Jñāna yajñena chāpyanye yajanto mam upasate. So these devotees, mam upasate, they worship me. How? Jñāna yajñena. Through Jñāna yajña. Now this is a very important topic, very important term for Chinmaya mission members and of course the others also. Because our entire structure of Chinmaya mission stands in Jnana Yajna. Normally whenever people hear of the term this Yajna etc., they think there has to be a Homakunda, there has to be fire, there has to be this worshippers offering havis etc. etc. And when they come to this Yajna shalas, they find that except Homakunda everything is there. Many people, they come and ask, where is your that Homakunda? So what is this Jnana Yajna? So Pujya Gurudev has defined this. No doubt there is a Homakunda, no doubt there is a fire. Now what is this fire? This fire is the fire of knowledge. And what are we offering into this fire? The fuel of ignorance, which we have in plenty. So everyone who comes here comes with a mountain heap of havis, of fuel. Right? And so we put it into this fire. Meaning, we destroy our ignorance in the fire of knowledge. So therefore, all such spiritual talks are named as Jnana Yajna. Now this is called like Gita Jnana Yajna. So in the fire of Gita knowledge, we offer our ignorance. So what happens when you offer your ignorance? You become more knowledgeable, isn't it? You don't become pauper. You become knowledgeable. Because what goes is only ignorance. So this is the main mission of Chinmaya mission, giving this knowledge. Because all our suffering is because of ignorance. Our suffering is because of ignorance. So therefore, if you want to get rid of the suffering, what should we do? We should get rid of ignorance by gaining knowledge. Not any knowledge, but spiritual knowledge. So Pujya Gurudev used to say, this is my puja. This is my worship unto the Lord. Whatever I have gained from my teacher, let me give it for the welfare of the mankind. So one day in Bangalore, all the devotees were there, and suddenly he asked, where are my pūjā-sāmagris? Where are my things to do puja? Suddenly all were shocked, because no one has seen Gurudev doing ritualistic puja. So they were all stunned. No one has seen all those materials, Panchapatra, Uddharani, etc. So then Gurudev clarified, I mean to say, where are my books, my pen, my desk, table lamp, etc. So he considered them as pūjā-sāmagris. And according to him, he used to say, whoever, the people who are listening, they are my gods. They are the murti, the idol. And my job is to invoke the divinity which is already in them. So this is my worship unto the Lord. This is the way he used to conduct his Jnana Yajñas. So here, these devotees, they Jnana Yajñena mam upasate. So this is the greatest worship. Worshipping God, trying to understand His nature, trying to abide by His nature. His nature is nothing but my nature. So trying to know myself is the greatest devotion, is the greatest spiritual sadhana one can perform. Jnana Yajñena chapyanne yajanto mam upasate. Now how do they worship? Ekatvena, pruthatvena, bahudhā-vishvatomukham. Varieties of worship, varieties are given. Suppose you are eating rice or chapati. Will you eat it just like that? No. You want varieties of curries, isn't it? The more varieties, the more you enjoy. In the same way, there are so many varieties in which a devotee enjoys his relationship with God. Now some of the varieties are given here. First is ekatvena. This is called Advaitic Jnana. Ekatvena means experiencing that oneness with God. Not meditating God someone different, but meditating on God as one's own nature. This is called Ekatvena. Bhagavan, you are not different from me. You are the very consciousness in me. This is called Ekatvena. Not keeping God as separate. What is Prathatvena? Seeing God as separate. Now that is also beautiful. So you invoke your Ishtadevata. You don't want this jnana, you want bhakti, love. So if you want to love someone, that beloved should be different from you, isn't it? So at that time, what does devotee do? He invokes the relationship with God, whatever the relationship may be. Master-servant relationship or mother-child relationship. So many relationships are there in Hinduism. Friendly relationship, that which Arjuna had. So varieties of relationships are there. So this devotee sometimes for a change, What does he do? He keeps himself separate and then he enjoys this love relationship with God. This is called pruthaktveena. So if you are a true devotee, you must be able to enjoy different states. Sometimes ekatvena, sometimes pruthaktveena. Both of them, they have got their own tastes, their own flavors, their own enjoyments. So normally whenever the head is active, intellect is active, you take the path of Jnana. And whenever the heart is active, you take the path of Bhakti. All great masters, they were experts in both. If you see Bhagwan Shankarācharya, sometimes you will find when his head is active, writing commentaries on Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Sutras, highly philosophical, intellectual, going deep. And sometimes you will find the Bhakta aspect of Bhagwan. And then he writes stotrams, saying, "Oh mother, I am a child in your lap. I don't know anything. I am a fool. Please take care of me." Ganga stotrams, such stotrams he writes. So this way, a devotee enjoys varieties. Now there are many people who fight over this Dvaita philosophy, Advaita philosophy and all that. Let us understand all these philosophies are one and the same. They are all descriptions from different standpoint. That's all. Dvaita, Advaita, Vishishta Advaita. They are all one and the same. To make this point clear, the famous example is the wave and the ocean example. Tell me, is wave equal to ocean? How can wave be equal to ocean? So when your attention is upon the form, size, etc., definitely wave cannot be ocean. Ocean is almost infinite. Wave is a finite thing, limited thing. Wave dies, ocean doesn't die. So with respect to the size and form, definitely wave is different from ocean. Also with respect to existence, wave is a part of the ocean. That is also right. But with respect to the content of the wave is equal to the content of ocean. What is the content? Water. So in the same way, am I equal to God? Isha jivayor veshadhibhida satsvabhavato vastu kevalam. Isha and Jiva, veshadhibhida. There is a difference as far as the costume is concerned. When the attention is upon the size, vesha, costume, dress, there is a difference. Jiva is the limited individual with a BMI, body, mind, intellect, and Ishvara is the totality, infinite. So definitely God, definitely the individual cannot be compared with God, cannot be equated. But Satsvabhavataha, with respect to the essence, what is the essence of Jiva? Satchit Anand, pure consciousness. What is the essence of Ishvara? Again Satchit Anand. So with respect to the content, both are same. Aham Brahma Asmi. So with respect to the content, we are one. With respect to the outer covering, the packaging, yes, we are different. So this way we have to understand the famous prayer of Hanumānji. Deha buddhyatu dasoham jiva buddhya twadamshakaha atma buddhya tvameva aham iti me Nishchalamatihi. This is my firm understanding. What is the understanding? Deha buddhyatu dasoham. As far as Deha buddhi is concerned, with respect to the body, I am your servant. Jiva buddhya twadamshakaha. As far as the jiva is concerned, I am your part. I am your amsha. Atma buddhya tvameva aham. As far as the Atma is concerned, the essence is concerned, I am you, you are me. Bas. Iti me nishchalamati. This is my firm understanding. This is Hanumanji's prayer. So when you have this correct understanding, then there will not be any conflicts. So this is called ekatvena, prutatvena, bahudhā-vishvatomukham. And sometimes when he is interacting with the world, He sees everyone as manifestations of God. Bahudha, in varieties of ways, in all directions. Bahudhā-vishvatomukham is further described in what all ways. So Bhagavan is saying, whatever you see in this universe, it is me myself. It is my own manifestations. Let us see that. Let us chant 16, 17, 18, 19. Aham kraturaham yajñah Swadhahamaham Mantrohamahame-vājyam Ahamagniraham hutam Pitahamasya jagatah Mātā dhātā pitāmahah Vedyam pavitramomkārah Rikṣāmayajureva-ca Gatir-bharta prabhu-sākṣī Nivāsa-sharanam suhrita Prabhavav pralayasthanam Nidhanam bijamavyayam Tapāmyahamaham varsham Nighrannāmyutsrajāmi ca Amritam chaiva mrityuscha Sadasacchāham arjuna Aham kraturaham yajñah Swadhahamaham aushadham Ahamagniraham hutam Pitahamasya jagatah Mātā dhātā pitāmahah Vedyam pavitramomkārah Rikṣāmayajureva-ca Gatir-bharta prabhu-sākṣī Nivāsa-sharanam suhrita Prabhavav pralayasthanam Nidhanam bijamavyayam Tapāmyahamaham varsham Nighrannāmyutsrajāmi ca Amritam chaiva mrityuscha. Yes. So these 4 verses are the commentary upon bahudhā-vishvatomukham. Which is the best commentary on Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita itself. So every time a new term comes, difficult term comes, Bhagavan himself elaborates. So earlier Bhagavan said, these devotees worship me ekatvena, becoming one with me, prithaktvena, becoming different from me, bahudhā-vishvatomukham, sometimes seeing me in many, many manifestations. And Bhagavan says, whatever way they see me, they are all true. The whole world is nothing but my own manifestation. So now Bhagavan is elaborating upon that. What does Bhagavan say? Aham kratuhu. I am kratu. Aham yajñah. I am yajña. What is this kratu? Ritualistic worship in the Vedas, they are called as kratu. Aham yajñah. Ritualistic worship in smriti is called yajña. Ritualistic worship in shruti is called kratu. Ritualistic worship in smriti is called yajña. In this context. So what is smriti? Smritis are Vedic scriptures, secondary scriptures we can say, containing the very same message of the Vedas, written by someone. What is the unique feature of Veda? It is not composed by someone. It has directly come from the Lord. That is a unique feature of Veda. Veda cannot be expanded, but Smriti Shastra can be expanded because someone writes it. Bhagavad Gita, is it Veda or Smriti? Bhagavad Gita is Smriti or Shruti? Bhagavad Gita is Smriti because it is written by Veda Vyasa Rishi. Now just imagine, Bhagavad Gita itself is at the level of Smriti, then what to talk of Vedas? Descriptions are very, very clear cut. That which comes directly from the Supreme Lord is called Vedas. Therefore, verses in Vedas are called mantras. Verses in Smriti Granthas are called shlokas. You will only hear Bhagavad Gita shlokas. Nobody says Bhagavad Gita mantras. So that doesn't mean that these verses are what you call inferior or anything. No. They are all Bhagavan's Vani only. But since it has come from someone, so therefore it is called as Smriti. This understanding has to be there. Okay. Aham kratuhu. Ritualistic worship in Shruti, I am. The very same thing in Smriti, that also I am. Swadha aham. The offerings made to the ancestors, they are called Swadha. Offering made to the gods, they are called as Swaha. Yes. That Swadha aham. Aham aushadham. What do you mean by aushadham? That which comes from Oshadhi is called aushadham. What do you mean by Oshadhi? Plant kingdom is called Oshadhi. Anything that comes from plant kingdom is called aushadham. So aushadham can mean food also. It can also mean medicine. Normally whenever we call here aushadham, we think of medicine. We are supposed to eat food as medicine. Nowadays we are eating medicine as food. That much quantity. Isn't it? Instead of eating food as medicine, now we are eating medicine as food. Anyway, that is not the subject matter. Mantraha aham. All the mantras you chant during that worship, that also I am. Ahameva ajyam. Ajyam means ghee. Clarified butter is called ajyam. Aham agnihi. I am the fire. So in that ritualistic worship, whatever you have, the homakunda, the fire, the offering, aham hutam, that very act of offering, that also I am. In short, everything is me alone. Then, pitahamasya jagataha mata, I am the father and mother of this universe. Bhagavan, then what about grandfather? Who is your mother and father? Pitamahaha aham. My grandfather also I am. What does it mean? I am the ultimate cause. Mother and father means I am the cause of this universe. Everything has come from me. There is no other cause greater than me. I am the causeless cause. I am the material cause as well as efficient cause. This is a technical term. The creation, for any creation there has to be material. That material also has come from me. That is called Mata. And for any creation there has to be an efficient cause. The one who creates, like the potter. That also I am. I am the efficient cause. I am the material cause. Abhinna nimitta upadana karanam. Technical term. But even otherwise it's a beautiful verse to meditate upon. I am the father and mother of this universe. Now see, whenever these statements are there, they are all for contemplation. So you can just keep on contemplating upon these terms. Now, whenever we are in trouble, what is the best solution? From where will you get the best solution? Isn't it from our father and mother? Especially when we are children. And of course we are children. We don't know anything about this cosmos. We don't know anything about ourselves. So from where will we get the best guidance? from our father and mother. So Bhagavan says, come to me. I am here to guide you. Why are you wandering here and there? Suffering, come to me. I am your creator, so I know what is good for you. I know your entire past. So what is good for you, I know. So I will do that which is good for you. If you want to know God, the only way is through love. How to develop love? In order to develop this love, the entire drama of samsara is played. So what is this drama of samsara? So the child is born and the child receives love from father and mother. Correct? As the child grows up, the child starts receiving love from father and mother. And a time comes when the child grows to become a father and mother and then gives love. So this is the whole drama. In the beginning you receive love from your parents. Later on you become a parent and you give love. So in the process what happens? You become a master in understanding love. Just extend it further, you are able to experience love from God. As a child, I know how to make my parents happy. What I should do, what I should not do. Correct? And as a parent, there are certain expectations from my child and there are some duties as a parent towards my child. Correct? So all these aspects become clear in this drama called family life. And once your heart has been fully grown in this love, then you will be in a better position to understand His love. Right? How to become a good child in the eyes of the Lord. You come to know. So this way you can go on meditating upon these terms. How can I become a good child? Should I fight with my brothers and sisters? No. I should be loving them. Then I will be lovable in the eyes of God. Isn't it? We are all children of God. We have common father and mother. So how should I behave with others? I should not hurt them. I should love them. I should help others. All these values come into picture. So Bhagavan says, I am the father and mother of this universe. Also Dhata. Next term. Dhata means what? Dhata means the giver of fruits of action. Karma phala data in this context. He is the right person to give us what we deserve in life. Why is it so? It is so because He is omniscient. He knows everything. We get what we deserve and not what we desire. And He knows what we deserve. Gurudev's quote. How does He know? He knows it because He is the very consciousness in us. He knows everything. Karturajñaya prapyate phalam. All the phalam we get, kartuhu ajñaya prapyate. By the command of the Lord, you get what you deserve. The point is, there is a just God, omniscient God. So whatever we are getting is a right thing. Don't complain, don't grumble. You deserve what you are getting. Good or bad. Never complain. Dhata. Bhagavan cannot make a mistake. He is a perfect umpire, you know. Umpires in cricket matches, they can make mistakes. Because they are human. To err is human. Natural. So therefore we have this, what is that? Third umpire and all that. But as far as this umpire is concerned, there cannot be any mistake. Everything perfect only happens. Because he is called Adhyaksha. Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate. Earlier it has come. In my presence, prakriti is creating the world, isn't it? Meaning what? He is the presiding deity. He is seeing everything. What is happening? He sees without eyes. He hears without ears. Upanishad mantra says. He doesn't need your eye to see. In fact, it is because of Him that your eyes are able to see. This is God. Dhata, Pitamaha, Vedyam, the one thing to be known. In this world, if there is one thing to be known, and that is He alone. Pavitram Omkaraha, the most auspicious Omkara He is, which is the very essence of the entire Upanishads and the Vedas. If we ask, what is one word? Can you summarize the entire Vedas in one word? Then that word is Om, Omkara, representing this consciousness, which is most auspicious, Pavitram. Rik Samayujirevacha. I am the hero of all the Vedas, whether it is Rik Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Tharva Veda. In all the Vedas, I am the one who is discussed upon. Then I am Gatihi, the destination. Gatihi means destination. That where we are supposed to reach, where the journey comes to an end. That is called Gati, destination. Just like a river, where does the river culminate? It culminates in ocean. In the same way, where does our journey of birth, death, samsara, where does it culminate? It culminates in Him, Gati. Consciously or unconsciously, all of us, whether saint or a sinner, we are all moving towards Him only. Knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously, we are all moving towards Him. So therefore He is the final Gati. Bharta. Bharta means what? Nourisher. I am the nourisher in you. In the form of wind, air, in the form of food, in the form of water, I am the one who is nourishing all the beings. The heart, the kidney, the liver, the blood circulating system, the digestive system, everything is functioning because of Him. I am the Bharta. See, these are all terms to meditate upon, contemplate upon. Whenever you feel, I don't know where is God, who is God, just observe these things. Pay some attention to the heart as it beats. See His hidden hand in everything. The air which you breathe, who has given this air to you? The water you drink, the food, how it comes. No? The food is there on your table. Where has it come from? All those factors, when you just meditate upon, contemplate upon, you will find that you are dependent upon infinite million factors. You are here breathing, kicking, alive. It is only because of infinite factors. And all those factors, who is the one who is guiding? Who is in charge? It is Bhagavan. So He is the Bharta. Prabhu. Prabhu means the Supreme Lord, the omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent, all-powerful Lord, Prabhu. Sakshi, a beautiful term, Sakshi, witness. Who is the witness of everything that is happening? Sakshi. He is Sakshi, therefore He has become Dhata, the giver of fruits of action. Sakshi. Sakshat Ikshate, it is Sakshi. The one who sees with his own eyes. Nowadays in every place you have this, the board. This area is under the supervision of CCTV, monitored by CCTV. And the moment you read that instruction, then everyone becomes decent, very decent. Because everything is recorded, isn't it? They say 99% of the crimes, it has come down because of the CCTV. That 1% is because those people who don't know how to read the word. So everywhere you find this CCTV. In big malls, in jewelry shops, etc. Isn't it? It's a very good technique. Someone is watching you. Everything is being noted. You are not going unnoticed. That is the meaning. If only we could be aware of this great Sakshi within, all the crimes of this world will vanish. If only we could infuse this knowledge at the very young age into the minds of the children. Whatever you do, remember it is not going unnoticed. The police may fail, the law may fail, the government may fail, but even then, nothing goes unnoticed. The good you do comes back to you because there is someone who is watching. The bad you do comes back to you because there is someone who is watching. Isn't it? And this CCTV is very, very unique. Its battery never fails. You don't have to change the battery. And its memory is not in GB or TB, gigabytes and terabytes. It is IB, infinite bytes. Your entire, history is being recorded through this CCTV. Not only of this birth, of countless million previous births. And the births which are going to come. Everything is recorded. And the beauty of the CCTV is not only your physical actions are recorded, it records your thoughts also. Ordinary CCTV don't have access there. But this CCTV is perfect. That's why it is Sakshi. It sees as it is, everything. That's why we say we can't cheat God. He knows everything. And therefore confidently He gives you what you deserve. Because He has seen it. Sakshi, a very nice term. Sakshi. See, just if you meditate upon this, we will not have the courage to do something wrong, isn't it? Now and then just keep remembering this, that there is Bhagavan watching. Sakshi. Nivasaha. Nivasa means abode, dwelling place. All of us, we reside in Him. Like the birds residing in a tree. Entire creation resides in Him. Nivasaha. Sharanam. The ultimate refuge. What is Sharanam? Bhagavan Shankarācharya writes, Artanam Prapannanam Artiharaha. The one who removes all your afflictions, sorrows. The remover of your sorrows. He removes the sorrows of whom? Artanam Prapannanam. Those who have taken refuge in Him. Not everyone's. The one who have totally taken refuge in Him, He is the one who removes their suffering, sorrows. Thus, Sharanam. And Suhrit, a very good friend. Again, Bhagavan Shankarācharya writes, who is a Suhrit? Pratyupakaran anapekshaha san upakari. The one who does good for you without expecting anything in return. The worldly friends are such that whenever they do something good, they expect something in return, isn't it? They are all conditional love. But here you will experience unconditional love. He is your well-wisher. Does what is good for you. And He doesn't expect anything in return. Suhrit. And then, Prabhavaha Pralayaha Sthanam. Prabhavaha means Srishti Karanam. Pralayaha means Laya Karanam. Sthanam means Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. Sthanam means Sthiti Karanam. So Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. Creation, sustenance, dissolution. All these happen keeping Him as the substratum, as the support. Prabhavaha, Pralayaha, Sthanam, Nidhanam, storehouse, a repository of everything, Nidhanam, treasure house. Bijam avyayam, avyayam bijam, imperishable seed. Imperishable seed of everything. That I am. Then what does Bhagavan say? Tapami aham. I heat up this earth. Aham tapami varsham nigranami cha utsrajami. So the entire process of rain is described here. I am the one who heat up this earth and take water. And after having taken water, I release it in the right place. Nigranami utsrajami. Just imagine if the government is given this job of supplying water to all the beings in this world will perish in a moment's notice. Isn't it? So the most important phenomena of nature is taken care by the Lord. He has not given us any freedom to interfere there. Everyone needs water, and this water has to be supplied at the right time. So Bhagavan has taken the total responsibility, isn't it? Just imagine how much of water is needed to water this entire planet. Bhagavan says, I am the one who is doing it. So when you see a cloud passing by, you should be reminded of whom? Bhagavan. Don't be reminded of the scientist way of explaining. It is cloud, nothing but water vapor. Yes, of course, it is. From a superficial level, we accept. But try to see that hidden hand of God in everything. In every cosmic phenomena, you must be able to see that hand of Lord. And then you will find that devotion for God welling up in your heart. If you analyze this cosmic phenomena only through the eyes of a scientist, you will become at the most a scientist. You cannot become a bhakta. Now remember, as a spiritual seeker, I am interested in developing bhakti. So we must be able to see the hidden hand of God in everything. In sunrise, in these waves that you are seeing, you are hearing rather, that infinite expanse of ocean. What you must be reminded of? The infinite power of God. When the sun rises, you must see that majesty, the glory of God. When the clouds pass, when the rains come, you should be reminded of God. If you are reminded of God, then you are a true devotee. Let every experience of yours in this world, let it remind you of God. Varsham nigranami utsrajami amritam chaiva mrityuscha. I am immortality and I am also death. Mrityu is also I am. Deathlessness also I am. Many times, for us, deathlessness is fine. Birth is fine, but death is something which we consider very inauspicious, etc. If you are a true devotee of God, you will consider death also as auspicious. Because death also happens by the will of God. And anything what Bhagavan does is auspicious. How can there be inauspiciousness in something which God has ordained? Isn't it? Just imagine if nobody dies. Our Pujya Gurudev used to say, your great grandfather also will be living in your 1 BHK house. Just think of the misery. So, it's a blessing in disguise. The old has to go and make place for the new. Isn't it? Come to this world, learn from it and vacate. So therefore, Mrityu is a blessing. Moreover, in this creation, every destruction is a constructive destruction. Gurudev used to use this term. Constructive destruction. What do you mean constructive destruction? Whenever something is destroyed, something new, something better comes up. Isn't it? A seed is destroyed, a plant comes. Flower goes, fruit comes. In the same way, this destruction is also constructive destruction. Everything is auspicious, including death. We must learn to welcome death with a cheerful smile. And this is possible only when this knowledge is available. What is that knowledge? Body alone perishes, I, the pure consciousness, has no death. Then you are not afraid of death. You will welcome death. If this knowledge is not there, the body might have become infirm, full of wrinkles, full of leg pain, head pain, back pain. Even then the fellow will hold on to this body. But suppose you have this knowledge, you will welcome it. Arey, my old body is taken away and new body is going to come. You will celebrate it. Death becomes a cause for celebration when you have this knowledge, isn't it? Actually, whenever dies, we must celebrate. And this celebration can happen only when you see that auspiciousness in everything that happens in this world. Amrutam chaiva mrityuscha sad asat cha aham, Arjuna. Whatever gross thing you see, sat. Whatever subtle thing you can't see, asat. Everything is me alone. So some few verses are given. You can go on expanding. Whatever you see in this universe, whatever you experience in the universe, everything is a manifestation of God. This is the whole point. Right. Next, the topic changes. What is that change of topic? We will see tomorrow. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhaved Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.